Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Thierry Henry, never one to dish out praise lightly, has hailed Christos Tsolis as Arsenal's quiet diamond after the Greek winger tore Coventry City apart in the Gunners' 3-0 Premier League opener at the Emirates. The French legend remarked that the club had shrewdly secured a genuine gem while the rest of English football looked the other way, declaring Tsolis his signing of the season so far and insisting that whichever scout first clocked the lad deserves a proper rise in wages. In a display of pure, efficient wing play, the 24-year-old tormented Coventry's right back with blistering pace, close control and intelligent decision-making, winning the ball high up the pitch to spark Kai Havertz's opener and delivering a driven cross that led to bukayo Saka's goal. Having transformed himself from a difficult spell at Norwich into a player of the season and title winner in Belgium, Tsolis already looks a £34 million bargain, drawing early comparisons with the likes of Marc Overmars and Alexis Sanchez as Arsenal supporters rose to applaud a performance that could yet define their title defense. Luis Enrique speak out about Coventry gunned down by Arsenal in 3-0 defeat. Arsenal began the defense of their Premier League title in emphatic fashion. At the Emirates Stadium, the Gunners swept aside Coventry City 3-0 in the opening fixture of the 2026-27 season. Goals from Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard secured a comfortable victory for the champions in front of a buoyant home crowd. The contest was one-sided from the outset. Arsenal pressed high and dictated the tempo with relentless intensity. Newly promoted Coventry, returning to the top flight after a 25-year absence, struggled to cope with the speed and organization of Mikel Arteta's side. The Sky Blues found themselves pinned back for long periods as the hosts dominated possession and territory. The first goal arrived in the 15th minute through Kai Havertz. A misplaced clearance by Milan Van Uijck was seized upon by Riccardo Calafiori, whose precise cross was finished coolly into the far corner. 8 minutes later, bukayo Saka doubled the lead after Christos Tsolis' low-driven cross was only parried by goalkeeper Carl Rushworth into the path of the waiting winger. Early in the second half, Martin Odegaard added a third in the 49th minute. The captain's scuffed effort somehow wrong-footed Rushworth and found the net, effectively ending any lingering hopes of a Coventry recovery. Arsenal remained firmly in control thereafter, managing the game with authority. Paris Saint-Germain manager Luis Enrique offered his thoughts on the result. "I watched the match. Arsenal showed the quality of true champions. They were very organized, intense and ruthless. Coventry received a hard lesson about the standard of the Premier League. This is a completely different level," Enrique said. Coventry's overly conservative approach contributed significantly to their downfall. The visitors created almost no meaningful threat in the opening period. Remarkably, they recorded neither a touch nor a tackle inside the Arsenal penalty area throughout the entire first half of first since Opta began collecting such data in 2007. Despite trailing heavily, Coventry displayed commendable spirit. Bobby Thomas and Oriol Amenda produced several important blocks, while Frank Lampard's substitutions injected some fresh energy. Jack Radoni's late-headed opportunity represented their only clear chance, though it was not converted. Lampard openly acknowledged that all three goals stemmed from individual errors that should have been avoided. He stressed the need for greater concentration and more progressive possession as his side prepare for their next fixture. Coventry will host fellow newly promoted side Hull City at home in what represents a far more realistic early test. This heavy defeat serves as a stark early examination for Coventry in their return to the Premier League. Meanwhile, Arsenal have issued a clear statement of intent to the rest of the division, demonstrating that they remain organized, clinical and fully prepared to defend their crown. Josh Kroenke flying to Madrid for Julian Alvarez talks. Josh Kroenke, the Arsenal co-chairman, is understood to be traveling to Madrid on Monday for high-level ownership discussions concerning a potential transfer for the Argentine striker Julian Alvarez. The journey represents a significant escalation in the club's pursuit of the player and underlines the seriousness with which the matter is now being treated at the very highest level of the Emirates hierarchy. The American executive is also expected to hold a personal meeting with Alvarez himself during his brief visit to the Spanish capital. Such a face-to-face encounter would be highly unusual and is regarded by those close to the situation as a clear attempt to build a direct rapport with the player and to address any lingering reservations he may still harbor about a move to North London. Sources close to the matter indicate that Kroenke shares the same strong admiration for the player as manager Mikel Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta. The co-chairman has long been an enthusiastic supporter of the club's recruitment strategy and has shown increasing willingness in recent seasons to become personally involved when a target of genuine stature becomes available. Recent developments have prompted the Arsenal hierarchy to escalate their involvement, with Kroenke choosing to intervene directly. What had previously been handled through the usual channels of sporting directors and agents has now reached the ownership tier, a step rarely taken unless the club believes a decisive breakthrough is genuinely within reach. This decision follows a constructive conversation between Berta and Alvarez, which is said to have left the door ajar for a possible change of heart on the player's part. The Italian director, who knows the Spanish football landscape intimately from his previous role at Atletico Madrid, is understood to have spoken candidly with the striker and to have outlined the vision Arteta holds for him within the Arsenal project. Alvarez has grown increasingly dissatisfied with his situation at Atletico Madrid and is reported to no longer feel entirely comfortable within the club. Relations between the player and the Atletico hierarchy have deteriorated in recent weeks, with the Argentine's public desire for a new challenge creating an atmosphere that has become progressively more strained on both sides. Arsenal officials now believe the transfer could progress with considerable speed if the necessary agreements can be reached. The club's hierarchy is of the view that the combination of ownership-level talks and a personal meeting with the player could remove the final obstacles that have so far prevented a formal agreement from being concluded. The North London club are therefore working with urgency to finalize any deal at the earliest opportunity. With the Premier League transfer window entering its closing stages, time is of the essence, and Arsenal are determined not to allow the opportunity to slip away through any lack of decisive action. The next 48 to 72 hours are widely regarded as potentially decisive in determining whether Alvarez will make the move to the Emirates Stadium. Should the talks in Madrid prove successful, the Argentine could yet become one of the most significant late arrivals of the summer window and a key addition to Arteta's squad for the campaigns ahead. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!